What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Rich Nice back once again. So today we are working on Flash. Ooh, he sure looks sexy. But anyway, the reason we're working on Flash, as y'all know, Flash has a huge, well, semi-huge stereo system in him. He has 22 speakers. You know, you got 3 here, 3 here, you got 2 here. You got 1 on this side, you got a 10-inch back here, and you got 2 6.5s up here, and then the same thing on the other side. So that's a whole lot of speakers, and he has a whole lot of LEDs. He has wheel lights, he has LEDs underneath, he has LEDs in his eyes, there's LEDs on the roof, underneath the roof, down the fin, down here. So he has a whole bunch of LEDs and everything else. Now, Flash does have an excess power battery in him. It's a D3400, but it's not keeping up with the system, because in Flash we have 4 amplifiers. We have 2 200.4s, 1 1000, and then 1 3000. And they're all Sundown SFB Series amplifiers. So they're pulling a lot of juice. Not to mention we have our Stetson DSP in here. So we're gonna switch our AGM battery out with a new battery. And I got this from Downforce Sound. I talked to the guys over at Excess Power themselves, Sean over there. Sean knows it all, so make sure if you have questions about anything that's excess power, you reach out to Sean and tech support, and he'll be more than happy to help you. But because we have about 4,400 watts in Flash, we needed something with a little more power. So we opted to go this route right here. So inside here, you have your instructions. You have a handle, and you have a TITAN8. Now this right here is a lithium battery. So this thing has 10 amp hours. Well, right here it says 30, but it's equal to 30 on the AMG, but it actually is 10 amp hours. So this battery right here weighs about 9 pounds. It's 12 volts. They have one that's 12 volts, and they have one that's 14 volts plus, 14, 15 volts, 16 volts, that type of thing. But this one is 14 or 12 volts, and it'll rest right around 14, 13 and a half, somewhere in there. So it is a excess power S5-5100, and it's good for 5,000 watts of stereo system. So in reality, it's probably good for about 4,000, which is about what we have. So it should be good to go. So what we need to do is get the other battery out so I can show you the difference. And then we're gonna weigh these both. And I'll show you how much this weighs versus what the D3400 weighs. And then we'll look at the sizes. This is so much smaller in size than the D3400 that's in there now. Especially lengthwise. Height, I think this one is probably a little bit taller. But as far as the width, I think this is probably about the same, if not smaller. And this should fit fine in the stock battery location underneath the rear. They do come in a 5100R, and basically a 5100R basically has your power over here where the negative is. So basically these are switched. So if you need them switched, get the R. If you need them just stock, get the 5100. So what I'm going to do is get the other one out. We'll compare them, and then we'll get this one charged. Even though it comes charged, we're going to charge it to 100%. And these things last forever, especially when you have your radio or your engine off. These things will do the job. So we'll get this thing charged. We'll compare them. So go ahead and watch this video while I get the other one out.
Dark side, light this bitch up.
All right, YouTube, we got our battery out. Again, this is the D3400. It's 80 amp hour, which I don't believe, but it is what it is. So we're gonna see how much this one weighs and then see how much the lithium weighs. So we got our scale. Don't tell the wife we stole it. Let's put this on. 50.8 is what it weighs. See that? 50.8. Let's grab our lithium. It's fully charged. You can use the excess power lithium charger, or you can use the NOCO, which is what I have, and it charges regular batteries, acid, AGM, and lithium. So look at this. I don't even know if this scale is gonna measure it. So let's put this on here and see. 8.8 pounds. So there's like a 42-pound difference between these two batteries. All right, so our lithium is taller this way. It's shorter this way and shorter this way compared to our D3400, which is shorter than the lithium this way. It's fatter this way and fatter this way. So next thing we need to do is go ahead and get this thing put in. All right, YouTube, we got our lithium TITAN8 battery in. I'll leave a link in the description. I bought it from Downforce Sound. You can get them from pretty much anywhere, but this is a Power-S. I believe it's a 5100, but I'll leave all that information down in the description. It rests at right around 13 volts. It's good for 5,000 watts. As you know, Flash has about 4,500 watts in him. He has a 3,000, a 1,000, and two 200.4s, and they're all Sundown SFB Series amplifiers. So we have that. We also have our charging cable here, along with our battery port that's up front. That way we can make sure we get this thing charged. Battery was 600 bucks. I know it seems like it's a little expensive, but you won't regret it. I promise you, you won't regret it. So until next time, we'll be on to our next project, probably beast mode, but we'll see. As always, thank you for liking, thank you for subscribing. We will be taking Flash out. Gotta get him road tested. He's been sitting in way too long and he needs to stretch his legs with that turbo on him. So, as always, until next time, peace. We got it back together. Had to improvise down here because it wasn't very a little too big than compared to stock. So